I am a 33-year-old white Mediterranean female from Spain. I've got dark, long, curly hair. I'm wearing my French to the side, and I'm wearing a black t-shirt, black cardigan, and there's a wall and a wardrobe behind me. Okay, so I'm a full-time translator and a third-year part-time PhD candidate at the University Complutense of Madrid. I restart. So I'm writing my PhD dissertation on audiovisual translation, more specifically on translation for dubbing. As you can see, I've titled this presentation, The Challenges of Multilingual Dubbing. And coincidentally, or maybe not quite so, my PhD director is here today. It is Juan Pedro Rica. And so please say all the nice things while he's listening and send me an email later with the rest. No, you can say whatever, because I'm here to learn from you, which I'm learning a lot this week, and I'm grateful for that. So, well, I shall start. Well, as you all know, audiovisual works very often portray realistic and fictional versions of our society, which it would be safe to say that our society is now a very multicultural melting pot, more so in some countries than others. And this multiculturality is packed with languages, accents, dialects, slang, and so on. And this has reached big and small screens in the form of multilingualism, sorry. And this is precisely where my research topic lays. Sorry, I shall press the next button. My PhD dissertation consists on a corpus-based comparative analysis on the transfer into Castilian Spanish of potential reception or comprehension conflicts that may be caused when dubbing into Castilian Spanish English audiovisual works presenting fluctuation or alternation of languages or linguistic variations in their original version. And I'll be carrying this analysis all while considering the actual context of the evolution of the audience's perception of dubbing and subtitling techniques as a result of the new digital era and the new digital media and streaming technologies and platforms, which I consider have undergone a considerable change in the recent years, and even more so over the course of this pandemic, because there's been a huge demand of digital content. So the research methodology, mine is a descriptive and very empirical study based on a quantitative, qualitative, comparative approach, analyzing a bilingual corpus with scenes in English original version and dubbed version into Castilian Spanish. Each audiovisual work will be analyzed considering the source text transcript, which I'll be extracting manually, and the target text transcript. I will only be transcribing text in English and Spanish, so all other languages, even if I may understand other languages being used, I will only transcribe as speaking in such and such, maybe like French or whatever other language, and then source text analysis, target text analysis, and suggesting alternate solutions were considered appropriate, and appropriate by my criteria, of course. And then I don't know if you can read the last line, which I cannot, but then the reception and comprehension, the analysis will be based on online questionnaires, which will be designed by myself, which will focus solely on the content of each test, source and target, and thus all other parameters related to dubbing, to the voices and their credibility and or suitability to the characters will not be considered. The corpus on which my dissertation project is based consists of scenes extracted from English original films and series and the dubbed version into Castilian Spanish. And all those original version scenes will be meeting the so-called eligibility criteria, which will be that there's a typo there. I thought I had already corrected that, but that the main original language of the work is English, that there is the presence of at least one additional language or linguistic variation other than English in the original version, and that all of them have been dubbed into Castilian Spanish. Now, I've prepared 2 examples of 1 minute each per language, so that's 4 minutes total. I don't know if we've got time enough to see both examples, Pilar. Well, I'll go on. If not, you just let me know. So those are examples of the scenes included in my corpus. I'm afraid these videos are not accessible since the purpose of the study is to analyze how multilingualism is dealt in each case. So I couldn't add any other interference to the corpus. So I'll click play and hopefully this will work.
Los doctores famosos rechazaron el trabajo, ¿eh?
El mexicano solo contrata a gente que puede controlar, que no causa problemas.
Ninguno de los doctores aquí ni han escuchado a ese muchacho. No van a escuchar. Sí, trabajaba en una clínica raquítica en Chinatown por 5 años.
¿Qué transformó esa clínica?
Sí, por corriendo a todos. Hasta las enfermeras. Ay, no te preocupes, chica. Mira, los directores médicos no le dan a las enfermeras y no las corren. Porque he puesto de 10 a 1 a que no aguanten ni el año.
There you are. I knew you'd get lost. All the new medical directors get lost.
Buenas. Voy a organizar reuniones semanales con las enfermeras y los conserjes para que sea tu trabajo más satisfactorio, eficiente y sin acoso laboral. And I'll take those odds.
Irene, if you tell us, Irene.
Sorry, yeah.
Before you go into I don't know, what's the difference between the 2 examples?
Yeah.
But if you tell us what is the multimodality that you're looking into the example that you put previously?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah. Where do you see the multimodality that you want to analyze in the example that you've used?
Yeah, so in the first example, we can see that there's a multilingualism, like there's a switch between English and Spanish. So there's a group of there's two nurses and a janitor speaking Spanish, Latin American Spanish, and the medical director, the one sitting down on the bench, he's speaking English. Well, he and the female entering the room on the last place.
Okay.
Okay, so there's an interaction between those 5 people, and so there's a switch of code, like English Spanish, and then we are going to see the dub version, and we're going to see the similarities or differences between the original version and dub version. Sorry, I'm just going to the as if you couldn't see me. So there we go.
Todos los actores famosos rechazaron el trabajo.
El decano solo contrata gente que pueda controlar, que no cause problemas.
Ninguno de los doctores de aquí han oído hablar de ese muchacho.
¿Cómo van a oír? Se trabajó en una clínica raquítica en Chinatown durante 5 años.
Oí que él transformó esa clínica.
Sí, claro, despidiendo a todo el personal, incluso a las enfermeras.
Ay, no te preocupes, chica. Mira, los directores médicos no les hablan a las enfermeras y mucho menos las despiden. Te apuesto de 10 a 1 a que no aguantan ni el año.
Aquí está. Sabía que te perderías. Todos los directores nuevos se pierden.
Buenas. Voy a organizar reuniones semanales con las enfermeras y los conserjes para que vuestro trabajo sea más satisfactorio y eficiente sin acoso laboral. Y quiero apostar.
Okay, so there's the dub version. We could clearly see there's no multilingualism there. If you want, we can skip the comparison or the talk.
The problem is that most people here don't speak Spanish, so perhaps.
So yeah, I could just make a quick comment on there. Yeah, the problem or the conflict I'm treating here is like the dub version completely erases any trait of multilingualism, and yeah, basically my approach here would be if we or if the dubbing team here doesn't want to add, like, treating the series as a whole, the TV show as a whole, if they don't want to add a multilingualism perspective or too much of an English approach to the TV show, they could at least, because there's too much or there are too many, not too many, because this will sound poorly, but there are many Latin American characters in the TV show. They could reflect their character. They could maintain their accent and their presence, and it would be okay for them to be there. And it is another legitimate trait of Spanish. So it would be a suggestion reflected on my PhD thesis to reflect that multilingualism in the form of another linguistic variation of Spanish. So that would be, for example, a suggestion in this case to reflect multilingualism in the form of a linguistic variation of Spanish. That's just one example. And this is, sorry, just too quick. And this is another English film. This is a multilingual scene structured from a multilingual, well, English original version film. And I'm gonna press play.
我哋而家疏散緊全部大廈裏邊嘅人，都需要1個鐘頭。咁嗰個6樓以上啲人點啊？除咗大佬寫220樓嘅頂樓，啲火燒唔上去㗎。所有防火系統已經行緊。咁其他樓層啲人咧，佢哋點啊？96樓以上，除咗大老細之外咧，唔吉㗎。
Yes, as you can see, there's not a single word of English in that scene, yet it is an English film. I had to watch the full film and record every single second of Chinese in that film. There's 12% Chinese in that film, and it doesn't bother viewers of that films. So it is a multilingual film full of subtitles because it is a film filmed in China, and it is normal. It is well, it shows multilingualism. Now we are going to watch the Spanish version.
Señor, hola, el fuego está contenido en la planta 96, así que vamos a evacuar todas las plantas que están por debajo de la línea de fuego. ¿Y la gente que está por encima de esa planta? El dueño está en la planta 220, pero es imposible que el fuego llegue hasta allí. Han activado las medidas antiincendio. ¿Qué pasa con los que están en otras plantas? No hay nadie más por encima de la planta 96. Está vacío.
Okay, so now again, multilingualism is erased. It is not what my PhD dissertation is about. It is not the common rule in the dissertation. Okay, so not everything is done this way in Spain. It is true that it is a tendency. For many years, it has been done that way. Nowadays, it's been amended. It also has many things to do with the introduction of many digital platforms, but well, it's changing. It's improving from my point of view. It's improving, but well. Things are moving in that world, but I do believe it has many things to do with money and with translation decisions having to do with well, yeah, dubbing decisions taken behind closed doors. Well, and then. Yeah, I've designed a custom-made online questionnaire to test whether the potential incomprehension and reception conflicts collected in the corpus translate into real conflicts. So the purpose is to collect end-user reception and consumption data, because I'm also interested on whether people used to keep on going to cinema, or they consume audiovisual content on their laptop or tablets, smartphones, if these affect the way they use subtitles or interact with the audiovisual content. They will be asking on those questionnaires about their native language, because it depends on how they will interact with the videos. Their age range as well. They will be asked to watch several short videos, all of them ranging 1 to 2 minutes. They all will be included in the corpus, and they will be asked to answer a few questions related to each of them. Also, in the final section of the online questionnaire, they will be asked to answer some questions related to, as I said, consumption habits. I will need yet to determine how to approach the participants, but I'm considering the usual nowadays, like to maintain the anonymity of the participants, like post in the university forums and social media. And the resources I'm using are the digital media platforms, the common one. I don't know if I'm allowed to say any of them for publicity purposes, but the common ones like Netflix and such. Video tools such as YouTube Capture, Camtasia Studio, and Bandicam, which I don't know if you know any of them or any more of them, because I'm experiencing some issues with them, or it depends on the day as well, because I'm extracting the scenes from the digital media platforms, and some days and some odd days, because it doesn't happen every day or in all platforms, but sometimes I'm extracting these scenes, and when I'm checking them afterwards, some of them are completely blank, or I don't know why. It may have to do with some firewall these platforms have, which I don't know how to avoid. I don't know. And then I'm using, for the online questionnaire, I am using Google Forms and YouTube, and that's it. And